but I can tell it looks decent off the phone.
This is your donkey show. War crimes are underrated, just like furries. How come it's scheduled?
Shouldn't. Still been live.
Why is all that shit missing on the bottom?
There's only a few guns up there.
That looks like shit. Cover it. Cover it. Why haven't it looked like... What's the black knob?
That's for the tripod. I can cover back comments from maybe a phone.
Huh?
That's covered on the phone though for many comments.
Perfect time and laying around the couch. There you go. Well, I'm glad you're here. So did you just see that hush puppy on Henry's site, or did you actually go see one? Assume the audio is working, right? What's up, Fubar? Is audio working? Orange Smoke, is the audio working? "22 Plingster put one out, a video I just seen a little bit ago. There you go. Audio's good. Right on. Is that that snowmobile, was that a is that an old Skidoo? I'm not real familiar with the old stuff, but I think that was a Skidoo, wasn't it? It definitely wasn't an Arctic Cat. But looked like the Henry has a carbon barrel. Really? I'm gonna have to pull that up. Kind of got to do lives, I guess, nowadays to keep your channel alive. Old Skidoo, he's got 5 or 6 of them. I think you were telling me about that before, a while back. Them old sleds are cool though. There's, you know, obviously he knows, you know, there's people that really like them and collect them. You know, they always do the grass drakes here in the summer, and then they'll do out on a mill pond, they do the racing, but they use new ones for that. So, yeah, it looked like you had a good day. Got some shooting in, got to play with them suppressors. I didn't do much. I just loaded ammo. That was my Sunday, loading ammo. So that's all right though. Gage, how's your tandem cross setup working?
Been working pretty well. Took a match to get used to. Challenge, but once I got used to it, I was shooting it very well.
So there was definitely a break-in on that lower. You could tell once so there's a few burrs that developed from making contact, or they do a good job machining their parts, but they don't chamfer anything. So there was some burrs that developed as we were trying to shoot it, and I found them before that Steel Challenge match, so I got rid of them. You know, you could see the shiny edge. And as soon as I got rid of them burrs, man, that thing ran fine. He ran, what'd you run, 250 rounds?
Something like that.
You know, ran fine, flawless. So it's running good now. Desert Ammo, how are you doing, man? How's your day going? Stormtrooper, how are you doing, man? I stop by your channel all the time. You always got some cool shit on yours. If you're ever looking to adopt a middle-aged white adult, I would gladly call you stepdad. And I'm not trying to make it weird, but I guess I just did, didn't I?
Kinda.
No, he's got some really cool shit on his channel. You should check that out. About to start your live in 15 minutes or so. There you go. Yeah, it's kind of the YouTube thing, man. Gotta run these lives. They seem to like that. It's been, I don't know, it's been a while again since we did any gun tables. I did that live earlier when I was loading some ammo, and that didn't do shit, which is okay. I mean, I guess I was just there killing time. Where's the CZ? There's 2 CZs up there, both in the top. Oh, there's 3 of them. Oh yeah, there's 3 of them up there. So that was all stuff that was in the range bag. We had to empty out the range bags anyway, so while they were emptied out, they just got set up there. But yeah, I saw you. I said hi, I'm pretty sure. Which is, I mean, it's okay. Sitting there watching some dude load ammunition in his basement really isn't a good time. I mean, it's like a one-man party, right? You know, it's loading ammunition's okay. I mean, it's means to the ends. You know, you want to shoot, you got to load. Well, I suppose you don't have to. I could buy factory ammo, but which CZ PO1? I don't have any PO1s. Go get my laser,
Okay.
if you would. So I have 2 checkmates up there, and I have a Tactical Sport Orange up there. We'll point him out here in a second. He's gonna grab my laser.
You just gotta be careful with the 2 toys.
Yeah, as long as the dogs don't attack it. It's like the most expensive dog toy I own. But that's a CZ checkmate. That's a CZ checkmate. And that's a CZ Tactical Sport Orange, and they saw it. The jig is up. They're gonna get us now. They are, man. If they make your penis bigger. That's the truth. You know, that's the only reason I buy CZs. So if it wasn't for that, god damn it, fix that camera. Go. Fix the camera, please. That's right.
Anyway.
Oh, now you got a black spot in it.
Hmm?
Bottom left corner.
That's after you hit it.
Oh. They're all right. I wish, well, maybe I don't wish because I probably can't afford it, but they're supposed to be coming out with their replacement for the checkmates, but I haven't seen it yet. Maybe they'll announce it at SHOT Show or something. But they discontinued the checkmates 2 years ago now, and 2023 was the last year they manufactured them. I must own fake. My wiener shrunk, it was already too big. Yeah, we all have that problem. That's why we get circumcised. Just take a little off the top. That guy, how are you doing, man? I'm good. Living the dream. Just remember, every nightmare starts out as a good dream. But no, I'm good. Knock a live out here for a little bit. Um, Nothing really new, exciting. Uh, we have matches this coming weekend again on Sunday. We shoot USPSA. I don't know if we're shooting by us or if we got to travel yet. We have the option of 2 different matches, and we usually travel about an hour for one. They have better matches. It's more fun. It's more enjoyable. I like the people more. Um, it's a little more chilled. Good man, sipping on some Patron. Relax. There you go. Well, sip slowly, because otherwise you're gonna get fucked up. Bad choices happen on Patron. But yeah. But be sure, like always. I don't even know who's all here, but be sure to double tap the screen, right? Uh, Send me ammunition, credit card numbers, the important things in life. Bank account information. Yeah, social securities. How do you find out about matches? So how you find out about matches is you do a Google search and you use SIG practice score, and then you go to the SIG practice score when it comes up and you put find matches, and you put in what state you're in, and you can refine the search down to the specific types of matches or whatever, but the easiest way,
even down to certain ranges,
is to just put in SIG practice score and then matches. Scoot, how are you doing, man? How's your day going? Hope everything's well. But yeah, that's the easiest way. If you don't find what you want from there, get back a hold of me and I'll help you out with it. You're going back to Australia. Why are you going back to stay? I mean, not to hopefully not to stay. America is more fun. I mean, our taxes are great. Our politics are, second to none. We're firm believers in equal rights. Absolutely the greatest third world nation in the world. I say that jokingly. Can you just go to watch matches in the beginning? You can, but I'll be honest, right? You can go and watch. You will get more out of it just showing up with gear. When you get there, you sign up in person. And when you sign up, just tell them you're a new shooter. And they'll usually have a safety brief specifically for new shooters. And then when they do the safety briefing, because there's always a pre-match safety briefing, they'll ask again if there's new shooters. And it's kind of embarrassing, but it's humbling, right? Raise your hand. And when you get on your squad, you tell your range officer too, hey, I'm a new shooter, and they'll walk you through it, man. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. This is a grown man sport, grown woman, grown adult. So we all had our first day, our first match, and our first humbling experience. But I tell everybody that talks about just coming and watching the first time, don't go and watch. Bring your gear and shoot. You will be glad. You will be glad you did. And you're gonna go slow. You're gonna learn a lot. You're gonna be cautious. So
yeah, Orange Smoke. I know Wisconsin.
Minnesota has the best brats. Yeah, nothing beats Wisconsin meat though. Everybody loves Wisconsin meat in their mouth. I just want to let you know I learned a lot, and I'm proud to meet you. Well, you're not. Did I miss? Are you going to stay? Are you going to visit? I'm sorry if I missed that. I was talking.
You didn't say.
How much do they cost to get started? So most of the time, the normal match fee is somewhere between $25 and $35 for the match fee. Depending on the type of match you're shooting, dictates the amount of ammunition you'll use. If you take 200 rounds of ammunition with you to a match, you'll usually come home with some. So whatever your flavor and cost goes along with that. You need generally 3 or 4 magazines to make most matches. A gun, a holster, and a mag pouch. So you can get as crazy with it or as expensive with it as you want. You can show up with, you know, a Canic or a Ruger RXM. You can compete with the Ruger RXM. You can be competitive with that, at least because they're 15 round capacity. You're gonna want at least 4 magazines. If it's a 17, 18, or 20 round gun, you can get away with 3. Um, but if you already own the gun, the holster, and the mag pouches, show up and shoot. And you're just looking at the match fee and the ammo.
Yeah.
You know, um, it's not as expensive as you might think it is, but it can be, right? It can turn into an equipment race. You can turn into, hey, I want a cart to so I don't have to carry my range bag. Hey, I want, you know, fancy magazines, fancy optics, or whatever else. But I'll be honest, man, you can show up and compete with a Ruger RXM out of the package and be competitive. Obviously, an optic will make it easier. A higher dollar gun will make it easier, but you know, there's divisions specifically for different gun types. No, all the targets, everything's provided. You just have to show up and shoot. Have you watched my channel at all? Because if we have all kinds of match footage on there, I'm assuming you did since you asked. I have to do family business there. My mother is dying. She has blood clots in her lungs, cancer in her shoulder, and is in hospital. They gave her 6 nitroglycerin. Scoot, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I mean, I guess you gotta go home, you know, go be with mom. So I hope you don't end up staying, but I mean, ultimately, I guess, you know, that's just me being greedy, saying, hey, once a month when I catch you in my live, it's nice seeing you, but you know, that's, yeah. No, man. So check out the channel. I got all kinds of match footage posted. So there's different types of matches: Steel Challenge, USPSA, PCSL, IDPA, IDPGA. Uh, you know, so you kind of get a feel for what's there, and by all means, ask questions away then. But you show up, you shoot. You help pace targets in between shooters, and at the end of the day, you help tear down your stage generally. So it's a really cool thing. Cheers, my brother. Until next time, God bless. Hey, man, you be good. You know, Godspeed for you. I wish the best. Stay in touch. By all means, please stay in touch. I don't want to
Be left wondering.
Yeah, be left wondering, right? Just touch back with me. Let me know you're alive and surviving, right? But best of luck to you. I wish the best for you and your family. I guess I don't know what else to say. I mean, if you ever want to chat or whatever, like I said, hit me up. I think you have my email. I think you got my email, don't you? Pretty sure.
I think. Possibly.
So, but yeah, Godspeed, man. I'm kind of lost for words. You know, I don't know what else to say. So, yeah, man, you ever want to hit me up, shoot me an email, and I'll send you my phone number. We can chat. You can text. You can send weird pics, but I will absolutely send weird pics back. So, but yeah, man, check out the channel. There's a lot of different types of shooting, a lot of different types of gear. I would recommend for most shooters to probably start with USPSA versus IDPA. PCSL would be okay too.
Yeah.
IDPA, there's a little bit more of a cost, less ammunition, it's less fun, and
More rules.
But,
and also, when you go out, you'll like USPSA, you'll see people like actually running and shooting.
Yeah.
Take it slow. Be safe.
Yeah, that's the big thing, man. With any of that stuff is finger and trigger discipline, muzzle discipline, keeping the gun pointed downrange, keeping your finger off the trigger until you're actually ready to shoot. A lot of people think you have to be super accurate and, the best shot out there to start it. You don't. Skills develop quickly, and no matter how good you are, you still miss targets. It happens. Nobody judges. The only thing anybody will ever say is if you're not being safe. Candy cane. I fell asleep for 45 minutes. That'll teach me to get old and have little kids. Never stop running around crazy people. What did I miss? We doing war crimes again like 2007? Absolutely. Fucking burying them in the desert. I'd like to check out Steel. I would like you to come check out Steel Challenge. I think that would be a lot of fun. You'd have fun. There's a lot of time to sit and bullshit with people. It's a chilled event. It's so. Pierre, Alaska, how are you doing, man? I'm glad you stopped in. I hope you're having a great day. I almost bought a CZ75B today, but I don't like the double action, single action trigger. So the 75B would probably be one I would pass on. But like the SP01 with the manual safety, you can do some stuff to them. They're pretty nice. But John, you definitely need a CZ in your life. Jonah, how are you doing? How is your day going, man? It's been a minute since I had a chance to chat with you. I hope you're doing well. I hope Mrs. is doing well. Of all the shooting stuff I've done, I think trap is probably the most like prickish. You get into like the higher end trap leagues and shit, don't fart on the line because people will be offended. If I were going to tell you what CZ to buy next, John, I would tell you to buy a CZ Shadow 2.
Maybe not prickish, it'd be more like snobbish.
No, they're prickish. They're prickish. That's a word, right? Prickish?
I don't know, it may not be a word where it gets the point across.
Winks, I'm going to text you a picture of a Bible. Get yourself right. What? Absolutely phenomenal. The wife is doing amazing. Thank you for asking how's the family doing. I'm glad, man. I'm glad you're doing well. Winky, you need a CC. Get away from them. Gate. I can't even read that out loud, man. I can't read that, Orange Smoke. That would be, yeah. Shadow 2, I wouldn't be able to safely in waistband. You could, but it's heavy.
There's the
they have
2 compact.
Yeah, but the compact has a decocker and it takes a nice trigger away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't read that out loud. That's a war crime to read that out loud, and there is a limit to how many war crimes a person can commit in their life. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So, but yeah. So like, John, a lot of their, like the SPO1s, the CZ75Bs, the PO1s, they're good guns. And a lot of people say what great triggers they have and stuff, and they're better than a lot of things, but I don't think that them are great representations of their triggers. Jonah, yeah, she's actually shot it quite a bit. We just put the dot on there for her. She likes the gun. I mean, she's not shooting it like D-Dog Tactical would, but she likes the gun. D-Dog, that was my way of saying hi. How are you doing? What's going on? I hope you're having a good day. I hope daughter's doing good. I hope wife's doing good. Mimi's in the house. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate you. Raw Doggin, how are you doing? I love that icon. And like again, he got me with it. Like I'm looking, waiting a second for it to load. Thought I left war crime stuff behind. 2005. Good Lord, y'all dragging me back into the life I never had, never wanted. Well, you know it is what it is, man. Yes, sir. We weren't fishing today. We went fishing today. Sorry, the glare was on the screen. Cool, man. Did you catch any fish? Did your wife come home with you? You didn't leave her like out there, did you? Sometimes people do that. They leave the wife, you know, out in the middle of the lake.
That's bad.
What? Leaving the wife in the lake?
Yeah, no.
Why? It happens. They fell overboard. I mean, I love her, but
They fell overboard with concrete shoes on.
yeah, they fell over with a boot, and you know, just. But no, man, did you catch any fish? Did you have a good day out there with her? Just some bluebill, and crappies. Nothing worth keeping though. But did she have fun? Did you have fun? That's all that really matters. Chanson, how are you doing, man? I'm glad you stopped in again. That's twice in one day. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you stopping back. Let's see, orange smoke, just some bluegill. Yeah, I haven't went fishing at all. A couple of years we haven't went fishing. I think the last time I went fishing, I took Gage because he wanted to go fishing. So I took him when the walleye were running. And man, you know, he's a kid. We're supposed to be fishing, and he's over hitting a tree with sticks. I'm like, get over here, you know? And then we caught a fish, right? Got a walleye on the pole. I'm like, come on, reel it in, you know? And I ended up reeling the fish in. It was a nice sized walleye, but that was the only one we caught because clearly he was not interested in fishing or catching fish, even though he wanted to go fishing. Yeah, we all had fun, got some burgers from this old spot we haven't got in years. They have some donut burgers that are amazing. That sounds good.
I've had them before.
Donut burgers?
Yeah, I had them at the county fair before.
D-Dog, you should come to Minnesota for fishing. We have a lot of lakes. Most lakes in the USA, actually. No, they're not. We got 15,000 lakes in Wisconsin. Man, next thing you're going to try to say is Minnesota brats are better in Wisconsin.
Yeah, you might as well be saying that Minnesota makes more cheese than Wisconsin.
Yeah, might as well say Minnesota makes more cheese than Wisconsin. I want to catch some big fish for dinner. There you go. I wouldn't mind. I'm not a big fish eater, but I wouldn't mind some deep fried catfish, to be honest. Right now, since we're talking about fish, I kind of. Hey, that's like saying I only got 3 inches. I measure by like intent. So I got like 12. It's the intent. You know, if you count it after rain, we got like 30,000. But if you count before the rain, yeah, we got 15,000. How many? I forgot, Orange Smoke. How many lakes does Minnesota have again? Oh yeah, 10,000. You know, 5,000 more lakes is kind of a lot. It's kind of a lot.
Yeah.
It's okay though. It's okay. All we got here is northern pike and trout, but we got a lot of them. There you go. Northern pike are fun to catch. I'm not gonna lie about that. Catfish is great. Yeah, I'm kind of got a craving for some catfish. And like I said, I'm not a big fish eater, but I definitely do like deep fried catfish. Got the sheep going. Huh?
I go emoji before
Yeah,
that.
I saw it. And here we have famous bass lakes like Sinclair. Lake Winnebago is famous for walleye. That's like, I mean,
world level
famous. They have monster tournaments here throughout the year, but they have you know, people that come from all over the world to go fishing here. And it's weird because you don't think about it, but I mean, you're at a gas station, there's some dude from fucking Zimbabwe, you know. Kind of weird. Here for the fishing, you know. Got to get yourself some beer battered northerns. That'll set you up right. I've never had any of the beer battered northern. I've caught them, but I never eat them.
That's one of the finger gloves that has number 1.
Yeah, it's. I'm not gonna lie. Like, there's a lot of good places to live in the country. I don't know if we live in the best or not, but there's some cool things about my state. And as I get older, I like to kind of brag about it because I mean, if I were honest with you, right, this is Wisconsin in a nutshell. We got a bunch of weirdos that are drunks 90% of the time. All the hot chicks are fat white chicks because they eat cheese, beer, and brats. And winter's like 6 months out of the year, and the other 6 months is mosquitoes and hot. But other than that, man, it's fucking awesome in Wisconsin.
Mosquitoes, hots, and ticks.
Hot, yeah, hot and ticks. Yeah, they're bony. I think it depends on where you live in Montana. The northerns get enormous, like 6-7 foot long. So even with the Y bone, you get enormous fillets out of them. That would be all right. We got some big tournaments in Lake Erie for walleye, but tons of catfish on the Michigan trout competitions all the time for them. I think like Orange Smoke, man, you know, he's living in prime duck country. That I think I would rather have duck country than walleyes.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, we're not real far from the northern flyway. It goes, what is it? Kind of cuts over through the lake. The Mississippi River, kind of down the south western side of the state, and then comes down, I don't know, about 40-50 miles south of us through El Dorado and Horicon Marsh. But it's hard to get. They have their interior permits for the Horicon Marsh, so it's kind of hard to get permits there or hunting tag to shoot ducks and geese there. But the outer Horicon, and other parts of Wisconsin, there's good duck hunting. Dakota have the best flyways. Yeah, they do. That's definitely pheasants, geese, and geese. Yeah, ducks, geese, and pheasants. I don't know why I was stumped there for a second. I was still thinking about Minnesota meat, I guess.
Of how bad it is.
Of how bad it is. That raw dogging thing, man, gets me every time. I look up, I'm like, is the TV buffered? Every time. Every time. I can't be the only one.
No.
No, I can't be. But there's, South Dakota, North Dakota, both. There's a lot of good hunting that they do there. It's funny because I really only enjoy salmon. There you go. Next week our early goose and teal season open. Jealous, very, very jealous. I haven't looked to see when duck season opens up. Like I said, I don't hunt anymore. I should go buy a duck
either.
Duck's good stuff. Wild duck is better than farm duck. We had ducks on the farm and they're okay. It's just like turkey, right? Wild turkey's phenomenal. Store turkey, farm turkey, not so much. But wild turkey's probably one of my favorite critters to munch on. They're good. Going to South Carolina next month for fishing. Are you? That'll be fun. You got like a book trip or friends, family? That's definitely a good way to pass the time. When I was a kid, man, I did a lot of fishing. It's a good way to pass the time. It's like, I've spent quite a bit of time in North Dakota, but not as much in South. My twin sister's husband is from Miller, South Dakota. There, so technically I have relatives there. We do goose and duck in Montana. There you go. Everyone should I use my YouTube connections to make a live show up right now? If you want. Feel free. Yeah, we got a lady, she rents us out her condo in the beach for super cheap, $800 for 7 days, and it's super nice. There you go. That's pretty killer. Are you we can make a live show up. Go ahead, make an ad. If you want ads, I can do ads. We know how to do that.
Yeah.
Are you doing it? Yeah, give it a second here. We got one coming for you. So definitely take their money. Are you D-Dog? Are you flying, or are you guys gonna drive? I assume your wife and daughter are coming with.
Hit it.
Hit it again. Supposed to be an ad popping up, but we'll see if it works. Yeah, they're coming. Are they gonna go fishing with you, or are they just gonna find other entertaining things to do? It's turned on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gage has to clear out his Only Butter fans page first. Oh well. Yeah, him and Butter, man, you gotta keep an eye on it. Wife keeps asking who's sticking their finger in the butter. I don't eat the butter anymore, and I don't have the heart to break her heart. But Gage, she's starting to ask questions, so stop. Stop.
What I do with the butter on... Never. Something too close. I'm gonna say.
Tomorrow's gonna be cool though. We're gonna smoke some ribs. We'll put them on that smoker my son got me. Do like an 8-hour smoke on them. That should be fucking phenomenal. I have to go to the store get some coleslaw. So I haven't zeroed the one on the Black Mamba yet. I actually should have taken it with me yesterday and I forgot. And all day I was trying to figure out what I was supposed to do. I was low in ammo. I felt like there was something I was supposed to do. But I think I'm going to run out there tomorrow and zero that. The one on Harley's gun is working just fine. The one they sent us, the Storm, the optics plate for that will be here sometime this week, and that'll get put on the DWX. When Mark and I talked, that's one of the guns I suggested, and he's like, I'd like to see it on there. So it's kind of weird putting that on a expensive pistol, but hey, if it works, it works. The Omega there, it's bright in the sun. It's got a green dot as a 30 MOA dot. It's easy to find. It's bright. So far it's held zero and it's still working. How long it's gonna last, I don't know. How long it's gonna hold zero, I don't know. But right now it's working. There's not a crazy amount of rounds through it yet. I think there's maybe 400 rounds through it. So we shot it, was it a week ago, 2 weeks ago when we put it on. We shot it a little, couple hundred rounds, maybe about 300 rounds, and then actually I was just gonna say his name, and then Mason and I shot a few megs out of it yesterday, so it's okay. Yeah, Corn Hub, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Do they have auto adjust for sunlight or just manual? You have the manual adjust, so you can turn it up and down, but it's bright. It's really, really bright in the sun. Um, it does have the turn off, but it also has the shake to wake. So if it's been hibernating or sleeping, however they call it, and you pick it up, the dot's on. It's got auto shut off, but we shut it off. Um, the Geneva suggestions, absolutely. Mason, how are you doing? How'd your day go? Uh, but yeah, you know, like I've said before, I don't have a ton of experience with pistol mounted optics. I just don't. Um, so that's a place to start. Hopefully we can determine what we like and what we don't like. Gage has the Vortex ST Defender. That's a nice dot. I like that. Um, I don't know. I still don't know what I want to buy. That's why I haven't bought anything. The Storm's going on the DWX because it was sponsored, right? Gideon sent that. So is it going to stay on there? I don't know. If it works that's the key thing. If it works, then it'll stay there until it doesn't work, and then I'll buy something else. I was thinking about smoking ribs tomorrow also. I just got to pick some up. Some more pellets for the smoker. There you go.
I'm thinking we're also doing ribs tomorrow because I had to
We
get
are.
some out.
Yeah, we're going to do ribs tomorrow. I've actually been craving them all summer. I just haven't had the time to sit down and do it. But Gage has his 16th birthday here in October. And so I have a car here for him. I gave him my old car. So his brother is going to come over tomorrow. They're going to change the fluids in it, do a few other things. So he's going to be here for a while. So while he's here, we're going to smoke some ribs and have dinner as a family dinner tomorrow. I don't know if he's going to bring his girlfriend. He kind of keeps her away from me because I think he's afraid I'll embarrass him, which I probably would. Sup Orange Smoke, third crop. Bought a deep fryer. There you go. What you gonna make in the deep fryer? What did I miss? What?
I want to see the loading thing
Oh,
again.
the loading
That's
thing.
it, too.
God damn it. Throw a commercial. Shrimp, tempura, vegetables, and fish and chips. That sounds good. So when you guys popped in this live, did a commercial show up?
Question if they're not coming up because there might not be enough viewers in it.
Oh, that could be.
YouTube might restrict them out.
First one made me think I was. That chat froze up. I swiped up back quickly. LOL. Grilled Cheese, how are you doing, man? How's your day going? What's big? No, saw no commercial. I thought it's only for the. It might be because I have the Gideon optic in here, so I had to put in there that it was product endorsement. I don't want to get a strike over something stupid.
I think it also depends on how you click into it as well.
So, I don't know.
I know I did on the computer.
What?
I have an ad.
Did you?
On my phone, I went through the subscriptions and onto your channel. I didn't.
But I'm doing good. It was a chilled day. Harley's still gone. I question if she even lives here anymore. Because I see her, like, I very rarely see her anymore. She's always gone somewhere, which is depressing because that's my daughter, But she's up camping with her friends. She went camping last weekend too. Same friend. They were supposed to go to a fair, and then the fair got rained out. So then she wanted to go again this weekend because they wanted to go to the fair again. So she's gone again. But next weekend she'll be here. I mean, we'll shoot that match on Sunday. So, but what do you guys got planned for tomorrow? Anything exciting? I think Orange Smoke's gonna make ribs. I'm gonna make some ribs. I don't know what everybody else is gonna eat, but I'm gonna eat ribs. Probably all of them. I've been straight up craving some.
I don't know.
I'm hungry.
It's a big rack.
So your mom making supper tonight? How many racks did you get out?
There was only one.
Only one. I might have to go buy some more then.
I'll show you what we have.
But yeah, that tandem cross gun. We have their game changer coming. So I think that should be here this next week too. Yeah, we gotta get more than that. We have a bunch of corn too. Her dad always plants sweet corn. Not a lot of it. He just plants an acre or two for the family. So they go out there and they coon the corn.
Yeah.
Texas Roadhouse tomorrow. Texas Roadhouse sounds pretty good too. I'm hungry. Wife didn't make supper. I just realized that's why I'm talking about food. Just change the locks, problem solved. You can still calm her claim her as a text right off without having to feed her. There you go. The smoked potatoes would be good too. I think
smoked ribs, potato, and corn.
Coleslaw.
Coleslaw.
Gotta do some coleslaw.
I think we all would agree with that.
Yeah, ribs, coleslaw, corn, and potatoes.
Grilled cheese mouth. I need a rack just for myself.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Yeah.
They got one big rack out, so I'll have to go buy another rack because I'll tear that up myself. I mean, I'll put like a little spoon of everything else on the plate just to make it not look so obnoxious. But no, I'm gonna tear them ribs apart. I agree. KFC does have probably the best coleslaw in the world. The only thing that I'll say maybe beats KFC coleslaw is Pick and Save creamy coleslaw. They make phenomenal coleslaw. Mm-hmm. But them are definitely the two best coleslaws in the world. When we go to KFC, they don't have one in my city. You gotta get one from.
I think that one goes down.
Fond du Lac. Oh well, hopefully not. But I would get a big container of coleslaw, and that would be like what I would eat. The next day I would eat the chicken or whatever, but the coleslaw I would tear the fuck apart. Not gonna spend all that time and still be hungry. Yeah, no. Like I said, I'll probably go buy some ribs. So we had a big rack in the freezer that they pulled out. I thought there was more down there than that. That's why I just asked him how many racks he pulled out. It's definitely hit or miss. You gotta watch the time of day you go in there. You gotta go in there about dinner time so that the food hasn't been sitting there for 3 hours.
Yeah.
But
and at dinner time though.
Huh?
And at dinner time.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning it's still.
Yeah, in the beginning it's still sitting there, but. Should we order food? You hungry? Your mom ain't gonna feed us, obviously.
She's already up in bed.
Yeah, because I asked her to play with my meat tonight. I actually got really into smoking corn on the cob, on the smoke. It's pretty good that way. KFC had the best, but it changed during the pandemic. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I don't know.
Supply chains changed.
Like once a year or so is about all we would get KFC. My mom, when she was still alive, every once in a while, if I took a vacation day, I would go pick her up, and she always liked going to KFC for the lunch buffet, which was okay, you know. Yeah, I'm hungry, dude. This is gonna go poorly all day tomorrow. I'm gonna be thinking about them ribs.
Yeah.
But I'll run out tomorrow. I'm gonna zero in that Black Mamba. We'll see how that goes. Meat Church Honey Hog Rub is my favorite on ribs. Shields carries it. That sounds pretty good too.
Yeah, it does. Actually sounds really good.
I don't know what we have for rub. That's Che's thing. He's my oldest. He'll take care of that.
Oh yeah.
He's an incredible cook and he likes cooking. So
Yeah.
you know, I'll make burgers and brats, chicken. But if we're doing anything like creative or even steaks, he'll come over and make steaks because he's better at it than me, which is fine, right? Screenshot that so we can make sure next time we're up in Shields we'll grab some of that.
Yeah. I'd almost think if I didn't know any better that Che was actually a trained chef.
Yeah, he likes to cook. He even goes as far as he doesn't just make the food, but he like presents it like a chef would. The presentation to him on a plate is very, very important.
Specific.
You don't go dish out the food after it's in the house and done. He dishes it out and hands you your plate to go sit down and eat.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, to me, it's fine, right? That's why we have kids, But I know when he was going to school, he talked about going for culinary arts, but he wants to make money. There's not a lot of money there. Family hates when I make steaks. It's well done. Only way I grill. Yeah,
Except for yours, right?
Well, it's an artist to make a good steak on a grill, and I'm definitely not that guy.
Yeah.
I can make good chicken. I can make good brats. I can make good burgers. That's about it. I mean, I'm kind of a one-trick show that way. You want brats though on the grill? I'm your guy. I make killer brats.
I mean, you should try some with the Johnson little
Yeah, you should try some. I got some in the cabinet right now, bud. I use it barbecue and pork chops. I make pork chops on the grill every once in a while too. They don't. You gotta use the thick cut pork chops though, and she usually buys the medium or thin cut, so they turn out okay. They're not bad, but they're not great. Basically, I grill, one, if I want brats, or two, if I'm hungry and I'm tired of asking her what she's making for dinner and I'm tired of hearing about it, so I go and grill. That reminds me, I need to clean the grill out.
Okay.
That's why the lid's been open. I won't touch a steak if there's a hint of red in them. Really? I don't mind medium rare. I don't want it still twitching and bleeding, going moo. Yeah, I like medium rare. I'm not talking cold and bloody, but some pink, maybe just a trace of red. Mix took me to a Shields the first time about a year ago. Now we have 4. I'm assuming that's $4,000 in credit card debt. Oh yes. No, man, I'm in Wisconsin. We don't air fry anything.
We don't even own.
I was gonna say we don't even have an air fryer.
That's what I was just thinking about. I think Mom bought one for a little while, then she got rid of it.
Yeah, because we wouldn't use it.
Yeah.
I refused it.
Nobody used it, and it just took up too much space because no one used it.
But you like pizzas?
No.
Fuck. She's clearly not making supper.
No.
Would have been nice to
that
know.
Arby's was dinner.
Arby's was lunchtime.
Yeah, 2:00.
Whatever. It's whatever, I guess. Yeah, I'm hungry. But yeah, Shields is badass. I do like Shields. I wish that they weren't necessarily in a mall. I assume yours is probably in a mall too. Um, but that's when we go to the mall. That's the only place I go, and I park directly outside the store. I don't go wander around a mall or anything. I know too, though. Them grips on the tandem cross. I need to buy a set for the Black Mamba because them are phenomenal grips. I absolutely love them. I am, dude. Oh, we started talking about food, but I'm hungry. I'm getting hungrier by the second.
Yeah.
I would say let's order some Chinese food, but it's late, so the only thing left there is the strays. All the good labradoodles are already gone for the night. See how we're all getting hungry? Yeah, I was thinking about them ribs though. I don't. Fleet Farm has a really good selection of charcoal and pellets and rubs too. I don't know if you ever looked at their stuff, but I was actually, was it a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I was in there, and dude, I went down their charcoal aisle. I never looked for charcoal there, but I went down their charcoal aisle, and it was like walking down a gun aisle. It was like probably 100 different types of charcoal.
Really?
I swear to God, dude. Everything from beer flavored charcoal to natural oak to and we're talking the briquettes, right? To the fruit tree, and then they had, of course, the natural fruit tree wood that you could burn, the wood chips, all that stuff. But like the charcoal alone, I bet you they had 30, 40, 50 types of charcoal, and then they had all the pellets and everything else. I mean, it was two big aisles. I was impressed.
Never thought that Fleet Farm would have had that much.
I didn't know. I never looked.
I guess.
They have a Ferris wheel in the one we went to, and all kinds of cool stuff to buy. They had a Ferris wheel? That sounds like fun. Yeah, they got a lot of cool stuff. They have a good gun selection. They're a good outdoor store, I guess, because they have like everything outdoor related. So I know they have I'm sure yours has it too, but they got the big display of Benchmades and Gerbers and stuff. Man, I have to like manually force myself not to look and just walk by. And usually you look over and the nicest, shiniest one that catches your eye is like $550 or more. So it's not hard to pass by, the knife display, especially when the knife costs more than a pistol, right?
Yeah.
It's in Montana. They have a Big R, which is basically a Fleet Farm. That's our sporting goods store. There you go. Yeah, Fleet Farm's a cool place.
Yeah, it is.
I wish we had a Tractor Supply in town.
Kind of like a Barnville. No, Dodgeville. Right? Yeah, Dodgeville County.
Not Dodgeville County, it was Barnville.
Yeah.
That was where we went for Vortex.
Yeah, in Barnville. That we saw 3 different tractor dealerships and not one car dealership.
Yeah. That was interesting. Well, we went down to the
Plus their China 1 had a white guy on it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I know. Did you take your kids shooting with the orange smoke, or did you just go with your buddy? At Bass Pro Shop they opened here is gay as AIDS. I've never been to a Bass Pro Shop.
I think that's what the one Cabela's calls. I think it's like a mix.
It's a mix, but it's not a straight up Bass Pro Shop. Like, remember when we were coming back from Pennsylvania, we went by right on the southern part of Wisconsin now, just this side of the border, there's a Bass Pro Shop. 'Cause remember I mentioned, I'm like, oh, we got a Bass Pro Shop.
Right, yeah.
But
we also have Hasbro, too. the like gummy bear company.
The Katie the hippie campers. Yeah, I could do without some hippie campers.
Yeah. I was surprised that we have a Hasbro factory in
Yeah, it's
Wisconsin.
new. I didn't know that was. I thought it was a Mexican candy.
I thought so, but I mean, we drove past it.
And we looked it up too after that.
Mhm.
So I thought that Hasbro, they're like gummy bears, but I thought they were always made in like Mexico, or they used to be.
Probably used to be.
But evidently they make them in Wisconsin. But the truth of that is that's like the worst gummy bear there is. And things, if you don't get them and they're like fresh, they're hard to eat. I usually throw them away. I don't eat them.
Mm-hmm.
But
they're sold everywhere too, which actually makes sense now. Now that I think about how often you see them in stores, that kind of makes sense if they're made here in the state.
we got a Harbor Freight recently. That place is Cass's. You got to stay out of Harbor Freight if you want to have any money to your name. Harbor Freight is bad. Really, really bad. I don't know anybody that goes in there, hey, I need a wrench. Fucking $400 later and 2 shopping carts. You know? They get you because it's like, oh man, this is cheap. Oh man, this is cheap. Oh man. The next thing you know, it's like $400 and
a golden ratchet wrench later.
And a golden ratchet wrench later,
no,
yeah.
like literally, ours has a golden ratchet wrench. It literally has a golden...
How much is it?
Like $75, I think.
This sounds like a good Christmas present for your brother.
Yeah.
I should go buy him one of them great big monster crescent wrenches.
What he has at work.
I went and bought mine because I needed it. You know?
Sure.
It was kind of a joke when I bought it, but I've actually used it.
Yeah.
Have you ever looked at the gun stuff they have? I think they still sell them. They're Streamlight knockoffs. But they have, like, some really nice gun cases and shit, too. But I do absolutely try not to go into Harbor Freight. It's like when I go up to Shields or something, I go in there specifically and I go to the reloading supplies for primers. As when I spend a couple minutes, I start looking around, I start spending money. Fleet Farm's the same way. I think if I had a cart with me at Fleet Farm when we went 2 weeks ago, I would have probably had like 6 bags of charcoal. Because I was looking at all the charcoal, I'm like, ooh, I want to try that, ooh.
Yeah.
My first wife was cheap too. We all know how that turned out. Hey, you know, you gotta learn, right? You gotta learn the expectations in life. So. But yeah. Minnesota is home of spam. All your meat arguments are invalid. Really? How many different, look it up once. How many different types of spam are there? I think there's like 50 different types. Only because I was watching, used to be a TV show, but how do they make it or how do they do it or something like that? Mm-hmm. Look it up, how many different types of spam there are. Do you eat spam? Mason, do you know what spam is? I'm not really sure what it is.
3 different ones right away. I got 15, 22, and 11.
Of what?
Different types.
I think there's more than that.
It says 15 different flavors, 22 varieties, and 11 varieties, it's saying.
11 varieties?
Yeah, 22 or 11 varieties. And 15 flavors.
That's kind of like...
3 different...
I don't even know necessarily what spam is. I know it's...
You want me to search that?
It's kind of like bologna. It's like... I don't know. We ate some as a kid. It's not the worst thing in the world. You fry it and it's pretty good. You know, it's not really ham, but it's not really anything else either. It's...
You want to know?
What?
It's a pork shoulder and ham with salt, water, modified potato starch, sugar, and sodium nitrite.
That's fine. It's fine. Spam's alright though.
Yeah, that's just the main ingredients.
I don't think people eat it as much as they used to. Maybe that was like the meat from World War II that, like, everybody was kind of into. Sizzling pork and, yeah, some ham or some spam, some yellow mustard, and some toast. Oh, that's a little orgasm in your mouth, too. Maybe a little mayo if you're feeling froggy. Should we go get some chili dogs? Think your mama will get us chili dogs? No.
No. Oh, maybe she would complain though, like a lot.
How much you want to bet we could get her to go though? She'll bitch the whole way.
Oh yeah, she will.
And then throw them at me when she comes home.
Probably.
But I'll still get them.
Yeah.
Hey, April! Will you go get me some chili dogs?
So far, found 1 1/4 inch. It's 45
bucks. It's gross. I had to eat it as a kid. I tried some a while back for the first time in years. So salty. I think that's why you put the mustard on it, was to
55 for a 38th.
to kind of cover up that saltiness. But that salt too is also kind of what keeps it good. It cures the meat. You know, good salted ham.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's what the spam means. Salted pork ham. Hey, I'm hungry, man. April! Will you go get some chili dogs? No, I can't. I'm already here to get all mad. Watch you get mad. Start telling me what a piece of shit I am. So that was ask number 2. We'll ask a third time. April!
There's also colored sockets that's an actual ratchet.
She's not going to answer. Hey, Woo, how are you doing, man? How's your day going? You know, that's one of the things she makes, my wife. She doesn't even like it, but she makes good meatloaf. I like it. Yeah, I'm doing good. Trying to convince my wife to go get us some chili dogs since she didn't make us supper. And I don't think she's going to do it. I'll ask her one more time here in a minute, but I'm pretty sure she's not going to do it. She's mad. She's already mad. We started talking about what we're going to do tomorrow, and my oldest is going to come over. We're going to put some ribs on the smoker. Then I realized we didn't eat supper tonight, and I got hungry. So, no, we don't have any Coney Islands. We have the world famous Bob's Trails End. They have their homemade chili sauce, and then they use Wisconsin brats, which is a brand, Wisconsin's best. So that's not me saying the Wisconsin hot dogs are the best. That's just the name of it. But they are phenomenal. Alrighty, Will, you be good, man. I appreciate you stopping in and saying hi. Yeah, Bob's Trails. You never had Bob's Trails End chili dogs? Oh, Mason, you have not lived. Next time you're in Oshkosh, let me know, and I'll take you for chili dogs.
Yeah.
Actually, sorry. April! Will you go get some chili dogs or no?
She said yes.
She said yes. Now guess who's not gonna get any other action? I'm gonna get a wiener in my hand, but clearly it's gonna be my own.
For the second time tonight.
For the second time tonight. Never. I gotta try one, dude. They're phenomenal. Bob's Trails End.
Yeah.
Even if you're in Oshkosh, you don't have to oh, I can't do this. They're good. They're incredible. But Wisconsin best hot dogs, homemade chili sauce, onions and mustard. They're not something to like look at and brag about like it's a supermodel, but they're fucking delicious. It's horrible because like when I was still on second shift, I could call them and we'd get done with work at 1:30 and they would close at bar time 2:00. I could call them and a bunch of us would go in there after work, usually on a Wednesday night, and we'd go in there and order a bunch of chili dogs after work, and they would stay open. Because like Wednesdays they would close early if there wasn't anything, so I'd call by like 11:30 midnight and be like, hey, we're gonna stop after work, and they would stay there and wait for us to come in, get chili dogs, serve people some liquor, and then kick us out. 223 DMR, how are you doing, man? How's everything going? Yeah. Well, she said yes, but I haven't heard her moving yet. Should we dare poke her?
She might have been ready for bed, so she's at least getting somewhat dressed.
You'll have to take a ride up to the place I'm telling you about. Wisconsin food was awesome, and the place is super cool. We definitely have to check that out. There's a lot of like every place has some like hidden gems, you know. The places that like most people wouldn't go unless you're a local are always the best place. You bought a Rock Island 1911. There you go. Did you get the?
I saw that in Gettysburg too. One of the best places there was somewhere that we would have never thought about going to.
No, it was just convenient because it was close, but it was like a place where if you drove by it, you would be like, I ain't going there. And it was fucking incredible food.
Yeah, there's just a little alcove in a not really strip mall.
It's kind of like a strip mall, but not quite. But yeah, fucking phenomenal too, man. That was where we got that big old sausage. Oh, sausage.
It's just phenomenal steak too for dinner.
But yeah, did you get the government model, or did you get their? I'm not familiar with what they call their models, but did you get the upgraded version or the stock, just 1911? Have you had a chance to shoot it? How does it feel? Wausau Mining Company, yeah, that's another one of them. I know you sent me pictures of that too. We go to Wausau usually at least once over winter to go to a gun show. So when we hit that gun show there this year, we'll check it out. I've never been to the Hamburger House either. So that's the thing. There's so many of them places everybody has. Like, you know, in town we have Bob's Trails End if you want chili dogs.
Leon's for juice burgers.
Leon's for homemade custard, or they have what's called a juice burger. It's like a manwich almost. And then you have Pete's Bar and Grill, which again, it's a bar. You're not gonna go in there, but man, you want to fucking eat prime rib. Oh God, I mean, and it's cheap. You get it's phenomenal. They cut it right there in front of you. They grill on their little bar grill, and you're full. All right, Orange Smoke. Just the government model. Have you had a chance to shoot it yet? 223. Yeah, Bob's Trails End. It's like, I don't want to say a sketchy part of town because there's nothing really sketchy about the town, but it's definitely not the center of the high end luxury living here. Shoot's awesome. There you go.
I don't know if you knew this, but supposedly there's like 36 trains that go through town daily.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Never would have thought that.
Does that comes with one 7-round magazine, right? I think that's what them come with, 7-rounders. They're not a bad way for somebody to get into a 1911, as long as you understand that, you know, it is what it is, right?
Actually going.
Is she going? Are we gonna get chili dogs?
Yeah, I think.
Get the money out of my bag. We'll at least pay for them. That'll help sting the burn. She's really gonna get pissed if she has to pay for them. It's bad enough she's gotta go get them. You want some chili dogs?
Sure. I have one. I got super hungry. So it's 6 for 3.
Yeah, the Rock Island 1911s too. They use, or they're still like the original layout. They're the Series 70s, so they're not. They don't have the fire and pin safety, any of that shit, which makes it have a little bit nicer triggers. The Ruger 1911s, I can't really speak for them. I've handled a few, I've shot a few, but not enough to honestly have an opinion one way or another. I don't think they were bad, but I don't know. I think for the money, I would probably go to a Smith & Wesson or a Springfield or a Kimber before the Ruger. But I would put the Ruger above Taurus.
Yeah.
You know.
Ow.
But I'm not saying they're bad.
That's a $1.50.
I think Springfield would probably be, for a budget-minded 1911, would probably be the first choice there. Bang for your money though, the Rock Islands, they're not a bad way for somebody to get into one. You know, most of the parts are interchangeable, so you can, you know, do what you want with it. Years ago, when I put stuff together for people, I would buy the Rock Islands for the frame and the slide. So, I heard mixed reviews about Kimber. Aren't there certain years to avoid? They had issues for a while. So Kimber started out as a smaller company, and they made good guns, so people bought them, right? And corporate greed, being what corporate greed is if we're selling 100 samples, and we have demand, we can sell 200. So sell 200. Well, nothing really changes other than they're making people crank shit out faster, and they lost a grip on their quality control, and you know that reputation haunts them. Their more modern stuff seems like it works out okay, but 1911s are a little finicky too. They do need break-in. You need a good solid wrist, you know, and
You need your fundamentals
you
to
know,
shoot them well.
ammunition's important too. A lot of people, like with the Kimbers, they're trying to use self-defense ammunition, hollow points and stuff, and they had a lot of malfunctions with them. And it wasn't necessarily the gun as much as the ammunition. The guns weren't designed to use hollow point ammunition. It was designed to run ball ammunition. So I mean, fox, coyotes, type of thing, you know. El Sancho, how are you doing? It's been a while since I saw you. I'm doing good. I hope you're doing well. But yeah, I think fox and coyotes are kind of the biggest varmint type thing here, you know. Like raccoons and shit. Only people that really go raccoon hunting are guys who have them on their farms, and it's an extermination thing. It's a domestic war crime. But yeah, El Sancho, I'm glad you're here. So kind of been lacking on doing the lives. Hard to find the time. Yeah, wood chicks are horrendous too. That was always, them little bastards, I swear to God they have like ESP, because you'll see them, and the minute you go get a rifle or you're ready to see one, you never see them. They're like, you know, they're like the, I can't say that. That would definitely be hate speech. But yeah.
Like, no, I'm talking about from like a movie. No.
But yeah. Is she going to get them chili dogs or not?
Should be.
Should we ask her one more time? Because I think she stirred that time and she said, I don't understand why you can't do anything for yourself. But we'll give her a minute. Give her like 2 minutes. 2 minutes is a long time.
I don't know.
You like the Glock 22 better? Yeah, 45s, they're alright, you know? I got the ported slide, but it wasn't for the shadow system, it's for a Glock. It's on the table. It's a Safari Precision. I still have to put a dot on it, but the gun works right now. We have other barrels coming for it, so we'll do some experimentation with it. I know, dude. I just need somebody saying it's a good idea to ask her again. Let's ask her. April! What? Are you gonna go get chili dogs or not? Oh. Oh boy, oh boy. Yep. There's gonna be, yeah, that's nice. I don't care as long as I get chili dogs. But yeah, the Rock Island Armory 1911s, like all of them, man, they take break-in, they take the right ammunition. It's a firearm that's definitely designed to work with ball ammo, not necessarily hollow points. Berettas are the same way, they work great with ball ammunition, but once you start trying to put in self-defense ammo or stuff like that, you start having issues. Why don't you put them bags away so the dogs aren't on them?
Okay, move.
Yeah, I wouldn't rule that out, but she's gonna get some for Gage too, so I don't think she would poison him. She would definitely poison me. Yes?
I mean, just a little bit of Drano.
Just a little bit of Drano never hurt no one. A little antifreeze, it's fine.
Yeah.
Builds character.
Maybe a slight spritz of brake cleaner for flavor.
Yeah, it's fine. It just builds character. Hopefully they're still open Sunday night. Well, they should be because it's holiday weekend, so there's going to be people getting fucked up.
Yep.
Colon blow 5,000. I'm not going to lie. Their chili dogs are phenomenal. A couple chili dogs, a can of Pepsi, and a nut roll. That's like, and a bag of chips.
Yeah.
Made an impulse buy when I bought my Kimber Custom Shop Raptor 2. How does it run? Do you like it? Mason brought up Kimbers a little bit ago. That's one thing I like about the Kimbers is one, I used to really like their Eclipse model, that like black chrome they had. But they do some really creative machine work on their stuff, makes them stand out. You know, the Rapids, or the Raptors, they look cool. Their Kimber Y2K, the machining they do on them looks cool. You know, I think they've really focused hard on their quality control again. They seem like they're making good products, but you know, you get mixed reviews. You watch a guy on YouTube and he says his gun's great, and then the next one says they aren't. So you never know. I mean, bro had the entire internet hungry. Yeah, we're all hungry now. Lucky it worked pretty good for you. There you go. Was it new, or was it a trade-in? I'll pay for my own chili dogs though. How much are they?
It's, I think 6 for 3.
What else do you fucking need?
A nut roll
So,
and a bag of chips.
so
How many do you want?
2.
okay, so
I've heard the custom shop Kimbers run better.
maybe about $10.
You coming?
Well, let's just make sure nothing's missed.
I don't care. Go with her if you want.
All right.
You can drive.
I think Kimber for a long time was like, they're desirable. I think like Colts, for a while too, they had some serious quality control issues. They've gotten better, but like, I would put them a little bit higher above Springfield or Smith and Wesson. Maybe even a little bit better than Colt, but definitely not, much past that. I'm not sure where the Ruger ones would fit in. So I know I wouldn't mind a 1911 and 10 millimeter. I've looked at a bunch too. I looked at the Kimber Super Jaeger 10 millimeter for the last couple of years. So see, that's what I was just saying. I wouldn't mind one in 10 millimeter too, but I think at this point you're almost better off getting a double stack. Trying to think. Somebody does make a double stack 1911, right? 2011. Is it? It might even be Rock Island. I think they have a double stack version, don't they? Gage is gone now, so I can't have him look it up. Rock Island, yes. That's what I thought. I think a double stack would be better than a single stack. But I think D-Dog, he has a 10 millimeter Kimber. I forget what model he said, but I've seen pictures of it. She's leaving. This is victory for me, guys. She's going to get me my chili dogs. She could have saved all this headache herself and just made supper. Yeah, I remember Para Ordnance made them too. The Para Ordnance 1911s were decent too. A lot of people shot the 40 cals because they were scored major, but surprisingly, the only problems I've had was a couple failures to feed with hollow points in the break-in period, but didn't have any more issues after a couple hundred rounds. There you go. Like I said, if you're gonna have issues in 1911, it's gonna be with hollow point ammunition. So they weren't designed to run with it, Just like Berettas, you want to see a Beretta have a lot of issues, start putting hollow points or truncated bullets in it, and they do not like them at all. But again, it was another gun. It was designed in Italy that they don't have hollow point ammunition. It's banned. They don't use it. I think I had a Ruger SR40 like 20 years ago. Can't remember. I remember when the Ruger 1911s came out, and I was just like, I was kind of in awe with them. Like, I don't know. I expected more, but I didn't really expect more. They're just they work. They're no real fancy bells and whistles. They come in competitively priced, but the old the Springfield that they used to have. I'm trying to think what model it was. They copied the Kimber with the Eclipse. So it was like that black chrome looking finish. I think it was the Operator, if I remember right. But I really like them too. I like the finish on them. Yeah, like everything, you know, ups and downs, quality control, management, you know. I think generally speaking, though, Ruger still makes pretty decent shit. Like everybody else, though, they're trying to, you know, have a higher profit margin, and there's things that they let go. I'm in Cali, so we have very limited amount of 1911s compared to the rest of the country, unfortunately. Yeah, I hear you on that. If not, I would have bought a Colt and never even thought about Kimber. The newer Colts are better. They have their I forget what model they call it, but it's a Series 70. I think it's their match is what they call it, but it's I think it's their match. Maybe Gold Cup. I think they have the Gold Cup again too, but they're a little pricey, man. You know, but they're nice. If they had a model with an ambidextrous safety, I'd buy another one, but it really bothers me to go look at new guns and spend new gun money and then have to go home and put a safety in it and shit. That's great. MIGs are a joke. Cut corners, boost profit margins. Yeah. Only Colts we have on the handgun roster is the Ruger revolvers. That's definitely something I need to get. I definitely need a Python, an Anaconda, and a King Cobra. Need all three of them. I don't know why I haven't bought one yet. Soon. But I kind of wish that they had an option maybe through their custom shop where you get the Anaconda ported. That would be pretty badass to have a ported Anaconda. And you have to go full 6-inch model with that. But that shop I deal with in the spring, they had a whole, dude, they had a lot of them, but they were all custom engraved. They had King Cobras, Pythons, and Anacondas, stainless steel and blued, plus 1911s. That were all Colt manufactured pre-CZ that were out at an engraver getting engraved when CZ bought them out, and then they were liquidating the stock. I wish I would have been in a position to buy some. I mean, they offered them for cost, you know, but I just wasn't in a spot to buy them. Smith & Wesson 629 Hunter Performance Center is still on my list. Any of the Smith & Wesson Performance Center guns are phenomenal too. There's a bunch of stuff they make that I would like to have. But again, money, right? If I were a smart person, I would have saved myself $10 and I would have just made food here and not sent my angry wife to get me chili dogs at 9 o'clock on a Sunday night. So clearly I make poor life decisions. But the chili dogs are going to be good as fuck. You own any Smith & Wesson's Orange Smoke? Yeah, I hear you on that. Winter's coming quick too. I can't believe how quick the weather changed. And you can feel it, man. That air's got a chill to it. It's still warm, but the air definitely has that fall chill. It's coming. It's gonna be a long winter, man. You can feel that. It's gonna be long. It's kind of weird. The the hurricane season has been kind of on the light side too. So you can almost expect some heavy snow. Seems like years where there's a lot of hurricanes, we don't get a lot of precipitation up here. But on years where they don't have very many hurricanes, that jet stream, we get all kinds of snow storms. Yeah, I've only had a few different ones too. Trying to remember the one. I think it was a K-frame 357, a little snubby. I think it was K-frame. Then I got that little J-frame 38 special. But I don't know why. I should own more Smith and Wesson revolvers or firearms as a whole. I don't know. I can't say why I pick other things over them. Maybe I don't know. They're just, I like them, but they don't make me feel tingly, you know, which is, I don't know, it is what it is. But they're revolvers, they're badass. Had a couple X-frames years ago, but let them go. Had a 460 and a 500. There you go. How'd you like the 460 compared to the 500? The weather broke last weekend. It was quick, no fall, straight to cold. Really? That's depressing. We're definitely we're in transition for sure. I just have a Model 10 from Smith & Wesson. I need to try some other stuff from them. Yeah, I hear you on that. I said that they make good guns. I don't think anybody could say they don't make good guns. You know? And they make a bunch of stuff. Even their custom shop stuff, it's not expensive. I mean, it's not free, but it's not like outrageously expensive that it makes it unobtainable. I don't know. I think about them when I'm at home or something, but when I go to a store, I'm usually buying something else or looking for something else. But next year I want to focus on suppressors. We need more suppressors and SBRs. With that tax stamp going away, that's probably going to be my entire 2026 purchase and budget will be SBR receivers. So that's the easiest way to do it, is just switch out receivers. They'll be inexpensive. And even if I don't build out the gun, I'll do just SBR and a receiver. Just to have that done, and then I would really like to equip some more stuff with cans. You have a Ruger Super Blackhawk 44 with a 10-inch barrel. I take out hunting once in a while. That's a killer setup too. You have an optic on it? I know we've talked about that before. You bring that up. I know we've talked about it. I'm pretty sure you got an optic on it. I don't remember for sure. I have a few different guns I'd still like to get, but realistically I barely shoot a lot of my guns and have only been taking the same 6 or 7 guns to the range this year. That's alright though. I go in cycles, right? I have stuff that I don't shoot all the time, but like I still go shoot it once in a while. You know, every year, every other year, once or twice. I don't know. I'm not one to get rid of stuff. I figure some way down the road, my kids will be able to figure out what they want to do with them, and you know, they're not losing money. They won't lose money. So if they sell the stuff, they sell it. If they don't, they don't. But you know, there's always something else people want or better, or, you know. I would like to try out one of them H&R M1As that they're releasing, or one of the H&R M1 Grands that they're going to be releasing. You have your grandfather's original. It's your only pistol. I believe it's 75 or 76, if I remember right. Just have irons on it, no scope or dot on that one. Alright. The Blackhawk's pretty nice. I had one of them. I sold it, and then I bought the Desert Eagle with the money that I sold it. I would like another one. I would like a Red Hawk too. They're both pretty nice. I wouldn't mind having a 500 too, just to have one for the collection. I don't know that it interests me to fire it. Every time I've ever been offered or had the opportunity to shoot a 500, I've passed on it. It just doesn't do much for me. I got that in a 1921 model 94 and 30-30 from them. There you go. Early Winchester, you're bad to the bone. Fuck, I'm tired. My Desert Eagle is basically a paperweight. I never use it, but I don't want to let it go, so just send it. Mine's kind of the same thing. We shot it last year. I mean, that counts for something. We shot it a couple times last year. Maybe 100 rounds out of it, just playing. Not enough to be proficient with it. But I still wouldn't get rid of it. It's a cool gun to shoot once in a while. I wish I had the 357 Magnum barrel for it. I only have the 50 and the 44, but I wish I had the 357. I'd probably shoot it more with that. Maybe not, but I don't have a lot of brass for 44 Magnum. That's probably why I don't shoot it much. I'm definitely not going to buy factory ammunition for it. That's stupid money, you know. $50, $60 for a box of 50 is just, that's 50 cal money. If I'm gonna spend that kind of money, I might as well shoot a 50. But they're cool. The new ones are pretty cool with like the one you have, Orange Smoke. So yeah, I get asked the same thing too. The Deagle. If you ever, you can do this sometime. It's actually hilarious. Go in a gun store and ask them if they sell Deagles. Because they always, the younger county jockeys will usually know exactly what you're asking for, but the old guys, generally they're like, what's a Deagle? You know, man, a Deagle. I'm tempted to get a FAL after seeing a shop had about 5 different California compliant FALs, especially since I've never seen them in Cali. They're a cool collectible gun, but like DSA makes them. I don't know. An AR-10 beats a FAL. Yeah, I wish I had a comp on mine too. So, but that full size, I mean, it's classy. It's a classy firearm. I'm surprised they haven't started putting threaded barrels on them yet to be able to suppress them. That one's kind of interesting that they haven't done that. Most everything here is passed down several generations. Meg stunned me because someone asked what I shoot the most, and she said, your grandfather's 44. I would have guessed a 300 Winchester Magnum. No. 300 Win Mag's a pretty healthy cartridge too, but if you got Elkin shipped by you, it makes sense. What do you think of Desert Eagles? They have their, what do they call it? I don't remember the model name, but it's their compact version. So it's, what is it, like a 4-inch barrel or something? With a comp. That I wouldn't buy it, but I wouldn't mind shooting it because I guarantee that's got to be a riot to shoot. Probably a handful. That's something John Wicks could definitely appendix carry. Next time any of us see him, we should suggest that get the compact Desert Eagle. Yeah, they would, but you know, I mean, if people had the ability to put a suppressor on there, they would still do it. It wouldn't matter how big it is. The baby eagles are pretty slick too. The Israelis definitely did a good job on them. You already have an AR-10 with a 20-inch barrel, but for some reason, I always like that fails. I mean, they're sexy. They have cool lines. I don't think I've ever shot one that had a good trigger, but a brace on one would be awesome. There you go. That would be kind of cool. A chassis system like they make for the Glocks. You drop it in, have a chassis with a brace. That would be kind of cool. Fire up a 3D printer. You might have just found your $1 million idea. If you could just figure out a way to make a switch for one too. Do a forced reset trigger, go all in. A brace, a suppressor, and a 50 AE Desert Eagle. I think you're onto something. It's kind of like a mix between a Desert Eagle and a CZ. Yeah, it's real similar to a CZ75 style firearm. Real similar, but they're good guns. A lot of them are surplus now. You can pick them up really cheap. I never got into suppressors because it causes a migraine from heat with high power optics. I'm not a pistol guy. Some of you know my background, but that's why I never got into cans. Yeah, didn't hear you on that. So it'll be interesting to see how the firearm market changes after January. I'm gonna expect. Everybody's talking about how suppressor sales are gonna go through the roof, which they will. But I think I would rather buy barrels that are gonna be internally suppressed. So if the tax stamp isn't costing you anything, why would I buy a 16-inch barrel or a gun and put a can on it when I could buy a gun, do the SBR on it, and then put an internally suppressed on the barrel, right? So you'd still end up with an ultra short package. Other than some paperwork, it's not going to matter, right? Arizona Kid, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a good day. I think my wife's back with my chili dogs. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. You missed the whole ordeal, Arizona Kid. I was sitting here getting hungry and we're talking about food tomorrow, and then I realized my wife never made supper. So then I only asked her once politely, but she said, yes, dear, I would love to get out of bed and go buy you chili dogs. So she went and got me chili dogs. We've run them shooting to a mile and haven't had an issue. But it's also in the dead nuts of winter and it's cold as, so it might be a factor. What do you think, Orange Smoke? You think more of these companies will come out with internally suppressed short barrel setups? Since you're not paying for 2 stamps, it's no cost, just 2 forms. And would you rather buy a firearm that's internally suppressed and essentially an SBR? Which they wouldn't even have to necessarily make an SBR if it had the overall length of 28 inches. But it was a good day, LOL. I was helping a friend out and he made me ribs and ribeye and corn and cob. Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing tomorrow. We're doing ribs and corn on the cob. And I think Orange Smoke, he brought up smoked potatoes, so I think we're gonna put potatoes on there, and I'll go to the store get some coleslaw. So, Christian, how are you doing? Hope you had a good day. So, I'm doing well. About to tear apart some chili dogs. I guess that's supper for tonight. Yeah. It sucks being sick. Sucks being sick when everybody in the house is sick too. However, maybe this is being a little bit of a narcissist. If I'm gonna be sick, I at least feel better that everyone else feels sick too. Unless, of course, you gotta use the bathroom and you can't because everybody's in there. Ah, meatloaf. Meatloaf's good. Alright, Arizona Kid. I'll catch you another time, man. I appreciate you stopping in for a second and saying hi. That's one thing my wife makes that's really, well, she makes a lot of things that I like. But I never turn down meatloaf when she offers to make it. She doesn't like it. I like it. Bad Monkey. What's going on, man? Bad Monkey, no banana. But yeah, I'm excited to see how the firearms market will change. I think for the first time, with more people maybe being more willing to pick up SBRs or suppressors, that the manufacturers might actually start to innovate firearms again. Not only manufacturers with firearms, but like the powder manufacturers, propellants. I think they'll probably do some interesting things. So your favorite food has to be baked chicken salad and broccoli. That sounds good too. I'm not gonna lie, I'm hungry. I skipped breakfast because I was here alone. I was loading ammunition, and then she brought me a roast beef sandwich from Arby's for lunch when she came home. I'm hungry. Probably more because I started talking about food, making them ribs. But yeah, we were talking about fish earlier too. Thought she was home. Maybe not. I gotta go get Pout into a bowl of peanut butter, cup of ice cream since I can't have chili dogs right now. Have a good night, everyone. All right, Orange Smoke. You have a good night, man. I'll catch you later. I appreciate you stopping by. You have to be fair. I'm living a different life than most. My 5-year-old daughter is running a 6.5 Creedmoor at 800 meters on 6-inch plates. The retard apple doesn't fall far from the retarded tree. Yeah, I hear you, man. That's okay though. There's worse things to have a kid good at. You have the same scope that you have on your AR. Yeah, the loophole hammer. I actually bought that Daniel Defense specifically for that optic. That was a COVID buy that somebody bought, and they changed everything on it. They had different grip, different butt stock, sling, bipod, all kinds of goofy shit on there, and they never fired it. But they probably went to Shields and said, I want that and then everything that was on the counter. But I wanted just the optic, and they wouldn't sell me just the optic, so I bought the whole thing. The whole thing with 3 different stocks, like 4 different grips, bipod, sling, muzzle attachments, all kinds of stuff. I forget what I paid for the whole thing. I think it was like 1,500 cheeseburgers on a brand new Daniel Defense with a a $1,300 optic. So I ended up buying it and bringing it home. I put it back to the original configuration, so I put the front vertical grip back on it. I put the Daniel Defense grip back on it. I put the Daniel Defense buttstock back on it, and I don't mind the gun. It's a nice shooting gun. I wouldn't spend the money on one new, but for what I paid for it, I mean, it's not bad at all. Yeah, like I said, I would never pay that money for a new one, but they would. I wanted the optic. I thought the optic would be cool, and it's decent. It's not like the best one out there, but it's not a bad optic. The FRT and Super Safety. So if I were to get one of them again, I would get the forced reset trigger, because there's case study on that this is legal, right? The Super Safeties have no court cases on, so at any time, at any moment, I mean, the ATF is still saying Super Safeties are illegal. They're still saying it's an illegal machine gun conversion. The forced reset triggers have been to court. It's been ruled in favor that they're legit. I had 2 of them confiscated from me when the ATF did their confiscation on them. They took a WOT and they took a rare breed. I have yet to get my stuff back. I have had letters. The ATF sends me letters every couple months asking if I want my shit back, and I fill it all out and say, yes, I want my property returned. I fill out every line that they ask for, and I send it to them. And I still haven't gotten my shit back from them. I'm kind of gun shy on buying more because, they took my shit. But it's here nor there. If I were gonna do it again, or if I were gonna, tomorrow I want one of them, I would go the forced reset trigger route, because there's case study. You're safe with that, right? You're not gonna get arrested and have to fight it out in court. You're gonna be just fine. I think the Super Safeties probably work a little better, but there's that questionability of legality that I don't want to be in prison or in jail trying to fight a court case. And I didn't get raided, so when they did their confiscation on them, I got a letter, and the next day I had ATF at my house with tracking numbers, postal records, the whole 9 yards. They knew I had them, or at least maybe not currently possessed them, but I had them, right? So they requested them. I had already had them taken out because there was court cases going on, and I gladly surrendered them. A lot of people say they wouldn't have done that. For me, you know, I think the rare breed was more expensive than the two, and it was only like a $420 trigger. So a $400 trigger wasn't worth the hassle of trying to fight a court case or telling an ATF, a federal officer, yep, I don't have them, and then having this guy said, well, let's get a search warrant and see if he still has them. So now you have a charge for obstruction, you have a charge for an illegal machine gun, blah, 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 blah. To me, it was, here you go, take them. I knew there would be court cases. I knew that they would be ruled legal, and I expected them to be returned, right? And they haven't been returned. They keep saying they're going to return them, but they haven't returned them. So I'll show you these chili dogs. I want to assure you that they look a lot better, taste better than they look. I'm about to tear these up. So there you go. Famous Bob's Trails End chili dogs. It's definitely not broccoli and smoked salmon, but they're killer nevertheless. It's a shame ATF has power to do that bullshit. Back when FRT was supposedly illegal and going to court, I came across videos of a similar trigger called Alamo 15 that someone was still somehow. It wasn't legal either, but trying to think of his first name, but it was Graves. Paul Graves, Peter Graves. It was something like that. He was the original designer of the forced reset triggers all the way back to like the Tacon 3MR. He designed the stuff, and he sold the patents and the rights to Rare Breed. Rare Breed didn't design that. They purchased the rights to manufacture it. The Alamo trigger, similar function, but they did away with the safety lever, the I don't want to call it a sear, but the safety lever in there, and he went to a roller design that lasted longer. And his designs go all the way back, I think it was like back to the 90s or late 80s. But it was either Peter Graves or Paul Graves was the original designer of it. But Rare Breed bought the purchasing rights, or the patent rights, and they started manufacturing them. Like I said, so you guys think about it like this right now. If you have one of them triggers, and federal officer showed up to your house, says, we know you purchased this. This is your email that you did it from. This is the shipping records from them to you. This is the United States Postal Service records saying it was delivered here. We want it. Would you say, I lost it in a boating accident? Or would you say, whatever, man, take the shit? You know, it's a few $100s, right? You know, we talked about it. We eat your dog. He's drinking water. I'll munch on him when he's done. Nothing worse than a dry dog. But like I said, for me, my wife and I talked about it. The kids and I talked about it. And my decision was, it's a couple $100 trigger. Legal, illegal, bullshit or not bullshit. It's not even worth the headache of staying on their radar over a trigger. You know, live to fight another day. You know, pick your battles. For me, it wasn't worth fighting over that. I mean, nothing else. I didn't want a search warrant at 3 a.m. have them come in and shoot my dogs, right? So,
well, not even necessarily having a search warrant.
Yeah.
I mean, that's only recommended.
But, you know, when they showed up, I mean, they had, what they were doing is they were showing me that they could or did have the ability to have a warrant saying they knew I had this shit. And it was fucked up because all that information came out. I don't remember exactly what day, but like the news broke on like a Wednesday. I started seeing it Wednesday morning on, you know, YouTube and shit. When I got home that day, I had a letter in my mailbox. Contact us, the Chicago field office, ATF, blah, 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 whatever his name was. And I left him a message, and I got a message back saying, we will meet you tomorrow. And when I came home the next day, they were at my house waiting for me. So, you know, a lot of people, I don't have them, I didn't this, I didn't that. It just wasn't even worth it, you know. It was kind of a gimmicky thing to do. They worked. The rare breed I never even tried. It was still in the package. Never even tried it. The WOT, it didn't work at first, and this was part of the correspondence that they had. Was I contacted WOT because it didn't work, and what I ended up doing was I bought my dissipator I have. I bought the dissipator, so it's a mid-length gas system. It's not a true dissipator. It's a mid-length gas system with a rifle length buffer assembly with a H3 buffer and a spacer and a rifle length buffer spring. Put that combination together, which is what they suggested, something real similar to that. That fucking thing, it worked. It worked.
Yeah.
You know, I wish I had saved the videos of it working, but I mean, evidence, right? So destroy all evidence. But
Yeah.
I built that gun specifically around that trigger to work, and it did work. And you know, a month later they weren't cool no more. So, you know, for me, I mean, even now saying it, do I regret making the decision to give them my property and kind of getting shafted? No, I don't, because I have kids, I have dogs, I have a house, I have property, I have freedom, and I don't have lawyer bills, you know. So shit is ridiculous the way they treat law-abiding citizens when there's teenagers with Glock switches running around without a care in the world. Absolutely, dude. You know, they don't give two fucks, and these guys are, a lot of these guys are brazen, you know. I don't want to be the guinea pig. Like, they have all these forced reset triggers now, the super safeties that they're putting in lieu of the switches, but in Glocks and everything else. And I wouldn't want to be the guy getting arrested and having to fight it out in court. I financially don't have the means to fight the federal government for years in local, state, you know, district court, federal court,
Any kind.
court of appeals. I don't have the resources available to do that. You know, I think the only reason the rare breed was able to fight it like that was the fact that the actual owner of the company was a lawyer. You know, Delmonico, I forget his first name. He wasn't the owner of the company. He was just a spokesperson. But the actual owner of the company that purchased the rights to manufacture the trigger, purchased the patents, he was a lawyer. You know, an old fat white guy. You know, so you know, it's kind of cool, or not kind of cool, kind of crazy that they haven't started producing their products yet. They're, who knows if they ever will, you know, but like, I've looked at the forced reset triggers for the MP5 and shit, and I would really like to buy one. It would be a blast. It would be all kinds of fun. But until there's some court cases, I mean, I'm gun shy about it, you know. I think that there definitely should be legal, but doesn't mean they will be, you know. So that's my opinion. But I'm gonna end this live so I can eat my chili dogs, which is kind of fucked up. Eat chili dogs at 10 o'clock at night, but I will catch all you guys another time. I appreciate you hanging out and chilling. I hope you have a good night, what's left of it. I hope you have a great day tomorrow. Get out and do some grilling and shit. So I'll catch you guys another time. I wish you all the best.